What is the true cost of elite generational talent in the modern football market? For a winger with pace, pedigree, and the promise of a decade of dominance, the price tag often starts at 80 million and quickly escalates into the nine-figure stratosphere. This is the story of a market anomaly. This is the truth behind Jaime Gittens, the winger Borussia Dortmund once reportedly valued at 100 million. Secured by Chelsea for a fixed fee of just 48.5 million, with potential add-ons bringing the total to only 52 million. It is a transfer masterpiece, acquiring a 100M caliber attacker for half the price.
Well, Chelsea have agreed a deal with Borussia Dortmund to sign Jaime Gittens. Chelsea had been in talks for quite a while. He's a player they've been monitoring very, very closely. We know that they will sign at least one wide player this summer, and Jaime Gittens was their priority target. That would be around the £50 million mark at least. We know Chelsea's bid of £42 million was turned down. And considering Jaime Gittens' age and profile and the way Chelsea do business, I'm pretty sure he will have signed or agreed to sign a long-term deal.
So then the question becomes, do I need another winger? I would say yes, you do, but careful. You just signed another 18-year-old in Esteval, right? Who presumably you spent a lot of money on, who's also raw, who's also going to need to develop. That's what leaves me a little bit skeptical. I'm just wondering with that money, rather than a guy who's a project where you genuinely don't know with Gittens if he's going to turn into, I don't know, Aaron Lennon, or, I don't mean that disparagingly, but, you know, a guy who runs at people and whatever, but there's a ceiling there, because he is legitimately raw. We're not talking Lamine Yamal here. He does not yet have the mind of a veteran, put it that way.
One of the first things that he does is when he receives, he likes to turn his body and almost receive kind of facing the opposition. He can receive back to goal and back to his opposition's fullback as well, but he likes to kind of bring the ball and face up the opposition fullback. And when he does receive, I think that's probably due to some of his academy kind of tutoring and his training in those parts of his career. But it's a very nice and sort of fluid motion in terms of how he receives and faces up defenders. When he does face them up, he squares them up and he likes to drive kind of a little bit centrally.
Yeah.
So if you imagine the opposition defender and sort of a line down their body and where their hips might be aligned, he likes to kind of drive towards their hips and he almost freezes the opposition's fullback. In doing so, he doesn't sprint directly at that fullback, but he kind of carries it sort of gradually at times. One thing that's really brilliant about him, and I think about Martinelli in this fashion, is his ability to carry, slow down, and then burst again.
Yes.
That's something that Leao does, like we mentioned earlier, but it's something that Martinelli is also very good at. Martinelli is a little bit of a different dribbler. He's kind of a sort of a knock and run past his opposition fullback in his dribbling sort of technique, whereas Gittens is a little bit different. Although he uses those changes of pace a lot to get past his man, he also uses changes of direction really well. Like technique-wise, you know, really impressive dribbler. He's really stood out to me on this watch.
All right, Jamie, welcome to Chelsea. Talk us through some of the emotions you've been feeling now that the deal is done.
I've been very happy for the past few days since it's gone through. Excited to be a part of this great team. To see the fans in Stamford Bridge will be amazing, and I'm just happy right now.
Chelsea didn't just sign a player, they exploited a market inefficiency. They didn't just buy a winger, they bought one of the Premier League's most statistically unique attacking profiles. And the numbers, pulled directly from his Bundesliga tenure, don't just speak, they scream world-class potential. The justification for the colossal market valuation isn't based on hype. It's etched in Gittens' performance data for Borussia Dortmund, particularly his breakout season. Let's start with the fundamental currency of a modern winger: dribbling and ball progression. In the context of a major European league, these are the metrics that distinguish a threat from a passenger. During his time at Dortmund, Gittens averaged 9.3 successful take-ons per 90 minutes, a figure that wasn't just high in the Bundesliga. It was the highest among all wide players in the German top flight. This isn't just flair. This is elite ball-carrying dominance. His success rate on these take-ons hovered around 45%, proving efficiency alongside audacity. Now, consider the deeper data points. Progressive carries. These are carries that move the ball significantly closer to the opponent's goal. Gittens ranks in the 91st percentile for progressive carries among positional peers across Europe's top 5 leagues. He is an absolute magnet for forward movement. When he has the ball, he is moving the team closer to scoring. But a winger must deliver end product. Gittens contributed a solid total of 17 goals and 14 assists in 107 appearances for Dortmund, but his crucial output came in his final full season. His minutes per goal contribution was steadily improving. More telling is his goal and expected goal, XG, metrics per 90 minutes. His non-penalty goals per 90 placed him in the 63rd percentile nationally. But when compared to positional peers in the Big Five leagues, he shot up to the 97th percentile for non-penalty goals per 90 over the last 365 days of recorded data. This signifies an elite-level goal threat once fully integrated and healthy. His total shots per 90 minutes were also in the 75th percentile, showing he is aggressively seeking goal-scoring opportunities. And let's not forget the big stage. 5 goals and 2 assists in 24 Champions League appearances is a phenomenal return for a developing player, demonstrating a cool temperament and end product ability against Europe's elite. His 4 goals in Dortmund's latest Champions League campaign proved he doesn't shy away from pressure. Fact check. Jaime Gittens is 21 years old, yet he possesses 99th percentile metrics for successful take-ons and touches in the attacking penalty box. This blend of youth, proven elite metrics, and high-impact Champions League experience is the blueprint for a 100 million plus transfer fee. Why did Chelsea pay 48.5 million? Because for the modern youth-focused transfer model, this fee represents extraordinary value protection and potential upside. First, let's look at the financial engineering. Gittens signed a 7-year contract until June 2032. While financial fair play, FFP, and Premier League profitability and sustainability rules, PSR, now limit the amortization period to 5 years, the 48.5M fixed fee is still amortized over that time. This aggressive long-term contract structure minimizes the annual FFP hit, making the deal highly sustainable for the club. Second, the stylistic fit under Enzo Maresca is almost perfect. Maresca's tactical philosophy demands wingers who stay high and wide and are direct with their dribbling, essentially creating one-on-one isolations. Gittens is the quintessential vertical threat. His ability to lead the Bundesliga in attempted dribbles. 171 attempts in his last season aligns perfectly with the system's needs, filling a void that has existed since the departure of legendary wingers. Even with fewer minutes, Gittens' goals and overwhelming dribbles dwarf the comparable output of established Chelsea wingers. He provides immediate statistical impact in the one-on-one duel. Third, the expected transfer value, ETV, speaks volumes. Even before his move, high-end algorithms peg Gittens' market value in the range of 63 to 77. Paying 48.5 million for a player whose current, unmaximized value is already significantly higher means Chelsea bought him at a discount relative to his current market worth, let alone his future potential. If Gittens explodes in the Premier League, delivering 15-plus goal contributions in the next 2 seasons, his value could easily align with his club's initial 100 million asking price, joining the bracket of players like Saka, Foden, and Bellingham. The story is far from over. Jaime Gittens arrives at a crucial point in his development. He has spent years in the elite youth systems of Manchester City and Dortmund, gaining a crucial footballing education. He is a product of the revered Borussia Dortmund development pipeline, which consistently produces talent who command enormous fees. The final piece of the statistical puzzle is his potential for growth. His expected assisted goals, XAG, per 90, still sits around the 73rd percentile among his positional peers, indicating room for improvement in chance creation. Maresca and the Chelsea coaching staff will work on refining his decision-making in the final third, turning those 99th percentile dribbling metrics into even more 99th percentile goal contributions. If Gittens can elevate his XG and XA output to match his phenomenal progressive carrying and dribbling metrics, the sky is truly the limit. He is a player built for the chaotic, transition-heavy nature of the Premier League. His pure, unadulterated pace and directness are an immediate threat that bypasses organized low blocks. Chelsea took a calculated risk, betting 48.5 million on a player they believe has the statistical profile and youth to hit the 100 million benchmark within the next 24 months. It's a move that echoes the shrewd signings of players who later saw their value triple. Conclusion: the transfer fee paid for Jaime Gittens is a down payment on a superstar. Chelsea secured a generational, dual-threat winger for what will be remembered as a bargain price. From the high-end estimates of €100 million set by Dortmund to the fixed fee of €48.5 million paid by Chelsea, the arithmetic is clear. They've signed a €100 million winger for half the cost. The future of the left flank at Stamford Bridge is explosive, pacey, and statistically, a certified goldmine.